Hi everyone, Tori here with a Project Life process video called Here and Now. I'm scrapbooking some photos from my work trip out west last year. I have a photo of the scenery, a selfie that I took about myself, and a photo collage with another scenery photo, a photo of my mom and I, and a photo of an animal we saw on the road. And the reason I say animal is because I'm like legit not sure if this is a caribou or if this is deer or what animal this is. I'm sorry if you're totally laughing at me, but I'm just not good at things like that. So I'm going to say an animal on the side of the road. And you can laugh at me and don't tell me. Actually, you could leave me a comment and tell me if this is a caribou. I think it is. I mean, I could probably Google it, but that's just too much effort. So I'm going to leave it with an animal on the side of the road while we were doing a road trip out west Canada. And I'm just going to start by trimming these photos down and getting them ready for the pockets. And then I place all the cards where I want them. Then I am going to be using the Lisi April kit from Studio Calico, except for I don't have a ton of that left. So the one card that did come from that kit was that green one, the first one that I placed, that's in the middle row right now. The rest of these were just some cards that I pulled from my stash, and I'll try to tell you where they come from if I can remember. And I'm just trying to make a more concerted effort to use my kit up, but also to use my stash with my kit because I think it's a good way to use it up. So I really wanted to use this fun remember card with the cutout on it, and that card I think is from Heidi Swap. I also wanted to use this other one in the bottom. It's currently in the bottom right hand corner, but that will move to the bottom left hand corner, and it's another card from Heidi Swap as well, and it's like a color resist, so it has a pattern on it and then you can do color resisting on it, and I'm going to be using some gelatos to do the color resist. And that stripe paper that I'm using right now came from the paper pad this month, and I decided to just mat that sunrise photo on that just to give it a little fun extra rainbow color behind it. The Here and Now card is also another cutout card, and I can't remember where I got that, so sorry. That really fun floral pattern that I'm using right there I actually got that from an old calendar. I just saw it was an old calendar and it was on sale. And so I bought it because it had this really pretty paper in it, and then I just ripped out the pages and turned them into Project Life cards. So that's where that comes from. That green card in the center row with a flower on it, it says Bloom and Grow. That came from a previous Project Life kit. The Work Hard, Play Hard card is not going to stay. I'm going to replace it. On that bottom card, I wanted to do some journaling, so I cut up a journaling card and layered that on top. And then I cut up another Project Life card that said True Story, and I cut that out and stuck that on there as well so that it would just have like a title. And then I grabbed this Let's Roll. It's sort of like a chalkboard type of one, and I felt like it fit really well with a travel theme. And then the card I'm cutting right now it's a quote card. It says, "So come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of happy things and your heart will fly on wings forever in Never Never Land." It's a quote from Peter Pan, or the fairy tale. And that is a card printable that somebody sent to me in the mail, a really sweet friend. I did a Canadian only swap over at Studio Calico, and that was one of the cards that I got, which I love it. So it's perfect. And I felt like it sort of fit with the theme of this page as well. So I'm going to stick that on that one journaling card at the bottom. And it's currently on the left, but I'm going to switch that. And now I'm going to play with those two color resist cards, which I said came from Heidi Swap. And I'm using a gelato and a baby wipe, and I just sort of scribble the gelato on and then use the baby wipe to blend it in and wipe away the excess from the color resist part. And I wanted that card to sort of be not perfect. I wanted some areas to be darker and some areas to be lighter, so that worked out really well. And then on the remember card, I wanted to create like an ombre color gradient. So I started with my lightest gelato and then use the baby wipe to blend that out and remove it from the color resist area. And then I go to the medium color, which I put down only halfway, and blend that out. And then I went to the darkest color, and I really love the way that that worked out. And I feel like the blue is so nice, and because I have the blue in the top corner and in the bottom corner, like opposite of each other, I feel like it balances the page out, and it's really pretty. And can I just say, I'm using green, which is totally a shock to me that I'm using green because I'm not a really big green person. I don't like green. And I like pinks and yellows and girly colors. But I don't know, I felt like the blues and the greens worked really well with this layout since there were like some scenery photos that had blue and green. And they just sort of looked really nice on the page. So I don't know, every once in a while it's good to just go outside of ourselves, I guess. That scenery photo, I decided to mat it on a green piece of paper from the paper pad this month, and just to make it pop off that remember card. And I'm going to not put anything behind the remember card. I'm just going to use the back of the card that was behind it, which was like a gray scenery photo, but you can only really see the gray and it looks really pretty behind there. I'm using a Dear Lizzie roller date stamp to stamp my date. So these photos were taken May 10th and 11th last year. And then I round all my corners as my usual love of corner rounding. And then I'm just going to embellish a little bit, trying to figure out how I wanted to embellish the page. And I do embellish the page, but I also keep it quite simple. One of the things I really like to do is take Project Life cards and cut them up and use elements from them. And I've done that a couple times on this layout. Like you've already seen me cut up the quote of Neverland, the true story quote, and the journaling card and that bottom one. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut up this card. It says "You Brighten My Day" and just stick it on the bottom. And it's a light bulb. And I thought, oh, that's cute. And then I wanted to use some washi tape, so I grabbed the washi tape that came in the Studio Calico Lisi kit this month, and I just ripped it in half because it was pretty thick, and I put 2 pieces on the Here and Now card at the top, and then I wanted to also bring that to the bottom, so I put 2 on the sunrise photo. Then I grabbed some of the sentiment strips this month, and I used one that said Field Notes and one that said Wander, which I thought was appropriate. And I know this Let's Roll card is sort of cute with the it's sort of a road trippy theme. And the funny thing is I actually say that sometimes. So I'm pretty sure on the trip I said let's roll or like let's blow this popsicle joint because that's how I talk. And then I also added Okie Doke. I'm going to just show you the cards. It skipped ahead a little bit, but all I added was some enamel dots and some stickers. And that's it. The page is done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!